It's just great beer without the alcohol, something that non-alcoholic beer has never been before.
I can't wait.
Oh, Ben, you look thirsty.
I am thirsty.
All right. Well, let's stop talking and let's do some drinking. So this is the Business Over Beer podcast. This is the beer portion of the program. We ask our guests to all bring a beer to share. And my goodness, you were nice enough, being in Connecticut, you sent us a whole pile of beer. So we're going to get into some of the beer you shared, but I want you to start with your beer, which is one of your newest seasonal releases. So why don't you go ahead and start there?
Cool. Yeah. So we're just canning it today, but this is our Oktoberfest, which will be out in the market for the month of September. But it's the first non-alcoholic Oktoberfest, really released on market anywhere in the country. We had an Oktoberfest in our tap room last year where we had 4 different pilot batches on tap for, like, we did a 5K and big food and everything. But yeah, it's a traditional Marzen. Just really authentic with a base of organic Vienna malt, super malty, not too hoppy, and just like a great fall beer as it starts to dip down in temperatures a little out here.
Awesome. Well, as I mentioned, I have the Run Wild IPA. What do you got, Canoper?
I got the Upside Down Golden.
Very cool.
There we go.
I have the Cerveza Atletica.
Very
All right.
cool.
Well, let's get after it. Prost,
Looks
gentlemen.
great.
Prost.
Bill, thanks again for being with us.
Prost.
Wow, look at that color.
It's not no duels. That is for sure.
Not at all.
Yeah, so that's a copper lager. It's kind of brewed to like a copper Mexican style beer, but it's our summer seasonal Cerveza Atletica, and it's on the market from about April to October 1st. Then our Run Wild IPA is one of our 2 main flagships. It's a super sessionable West Coast, slightly piney IPA, but meant to be really approachable on the hoppiness so that anyone who hasn't been drinking and experienced the craft movement over the past decade or so won't get blown away. We do have double IPAs and stuff too. But yeah, it's 70 calories, made with all organic Vienna malt, and just meant to be super sessionable and approachable. And then the Upside Down Golden Ale is like meant to be our guilt-free golden ale, really. It's super light, crisp, refreshing, 50 calories, crafted to remove gluten. And all of them are made with all organic grains too. So it's a really super clean ingredient bill. Just your 4 classic ingredients: water, hops, malt, and yeast. But yeah.
I mean,
for anybody who's listened to this show before, we are beer drinkers. Like, this is...
You can smell the malt in this thing. This is like, the nose on this is unbelievable. And then when you taste it, though, it's so refreshing. It like, it's deceiving. I love that. I love that with beer, by the way. Like, I love to be deceived. Like, my nose is thinking, oh, this is going to be heavy. This is going to be like a red almost. But then you taste it and it's like crisp and refreshing. I love that, Bill.
It definitely goes well on like a hot day. They're great post-workout beers. Beer's always been drank at finish lines and celebratory occasions and everything like that. But alcohol is really dehydrating. It pulls the water right out of you. Beer naturally, though, does have a lot of electrolytes, potassium, vitamin B, D, calcium. So it's actually like a really rehydrating beverage.
That's really good.
I never really thought about that in those terms, I guess, because from a non-alcoholic standpoint, it would be hydrating, right? The alcohol wouldn't be hydrating, though.
Correct. Yeah.
Right.
The alcohol in beer is super dehydrating.
Yeah.
Yeah. So once you remove that, you've all of a sudden got like a refreshing, rehydrating recovery
Huh.
drink on your hands.
Wow.
How's
How's
the
yours,
Upside
Canoper?
Dawn, Canoper?
Oh,
What's
it's
yours?
fantastic. The color is so golden. It's smooth, easy to drink. I would certainly consider drinking something like this before doing something athletic. And I believe your website even mentioned that it's got a lot of vitamins and potassium and stuff in it as well. So, I mean, maybe even a pregame type drink to kind of get yourself going, maybe.
Yeah, we do have some diehard fans that insist on drinking it before they work out. Like, I know one of our biggest customers drinks it every day before his workout, which is pretty funny.
Wow.
Most drink it after. Yeah.
Wow.
Well, what I love about this though is it's beer, right?
Mhm.
We're drinking beer. I mean, I don't want to say we. I'll say I. So on this show we've had a number of ciders, we've had a number of sours. I mean, I'm a wine drinker, but I always come back to beer because beer just drinking a beer has that. It just gives you that feeling of fullness, the mouth feel, all of that I don't get from a cider, that I don't get from a sour, that I don't get from a glass of wine. And this beer, it gives you that. I mean, particularly the mouth feel of this beer is it's so full and rich. And the flavors are really good. The hop is there, but yeah, it's really approachable. It's not over the top. I would love to try the double IPA. That kills me. A double non-alcoholic IPA. But I would assume then you guys are going for more of the sort of the bigger, hoppier, more bitter profile with that.
Yeah, we have both so we have all sorts of IPA varieties. We have like a juicy, hazy East Coast variety, New England type, that's like full of Amarillo. But we also, just on our pilot system in San Diego, our brewer Tucker brewed West Coast IPA that's like essentially like a double hopped Run Wild with a blend of 5 different Pacific Northwest hops. That's like a super bitter West Coast, but it finishes really well. And so we actually had a coast-to-coast bike ride that got in last Sunday when it was about 105 degrees in San Diego. And I had about 6 of those when I got back to the brewery. It went down pretty good.